Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on SABC3 on this Thursday morning, though not an ordinary Thursday. It's the Thursday of the State of the Nation Address of 2016. Of course, it's happening in Cape Town this evening. Now, this is where the President has a chance to reflect back on the past year and the state of the government and its plan for the country in the coming year. And we're joined this morning by Professor of Development, Policy and Practice, Alan Hirsch from UCT, to get some insight into what to expect this evening. Professor, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Now, for those that don't really understand the importance of the State of the Nation Address and what it's all about, what would you say to them? What is the point of it all?
Well, the normal role of the State of the Nation Address is to set out the plans of the government for the coming year. Mm-hmm. So the President has the opportunity to work with ministers, with all the key people that lead policy in government. He has ANC Lekgotla, then he has the Cabinet Lekgotla, and at that time, they put a plan together. Mm-hmm. So what the nation should be expecting is an indication of the key developments from government over the next year.
Yeah. And what do you think are those key issues that the President should be looking to address today to settle our feelings as a country, I guess?
Well, you know, there are different kinds of issues. I mean, probably the most important issues in the country are the fact that we're growing very, very slowly, less than 1% this year probably. The expectation isn't high that we'll grow much faster over the next few years. So unemployment is a real problem, and the ability of the government to fund programs is a problem because of the low rate of growth. That's, I guess, really the most important problem. There are other issues that are obviously affecting the credibility of the government and the presidency, which the President will have to address as well.
Yeah. Do you think he will actually tackle issues like that head on, you know, the appointment or misappointment of ministers, the constitutional court case against the President? Will he handle and tackle those issues head on?
It's very difficult for me to say. I've been involved. I was, advisor to President Mbeki and Motlanthe and Zuma in the first couple of years of his presidency. Mm-hmm. And the State of the Nation addresses can be very different. They're written in different ways. You would hope that he would address the issues, but judging on recent performance, I think that he will try to give the impression that he's addressing the issues, but it's doubtful that he will be able to do it in a way that's really convincing.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, that's where usually opposition parties would then, proclaim point of order, but the Speaker of Parliament, Baleka Mbete, has announced that there will be no point of order during this SONA. Is this the norm?
Well, it's not really the norm to change the rules of debate, but it's also not the norm to interrupt a State of the Nation address. So it's kind of a tricky issue. Clearly, the opposition parties, other than the EFF, feel that the President should be given an opportunity to respond to all the issues of the day. I guess some of the parties think political theatre is a really important part of politics. Yeah,
but of course, rules aren't exactly always obeyed. So do you think we'll see a violent outbreak? Will there be people dragged out of Parliament?
Well, the EFF, certainly its leadership has kind of raised expectations. It's hard for me to say what exactly they're planning. I hope that they are planning to surprise us by actually responding to the issues, which they certainly can do. They have the capacity to do that effectively, and there are enough issues to engage with. But the likelihood is that they will, try to get the headlines.
Absolutely. Well, Professor Hirsch, thank you very much for joining us this morning and sharing your insight.
Thank you very much.
Well, if you are, in case, wondering where you can catch it, you can catch the State of the Nation address this evening, 6 p.m. on SABC2. And also remember that if you are in Cape Town and you live around Parliament, there'll be a lot of road closures, so be sure to take alternative routes. Well, on that note, let's catch up with the news headlines of the morning, and here's Leigh-Anne reporting.